Hello everybody, welcome to my kitchen. People have asked me in the past, do I have enough room to cook meals since they know I enjoy cooking. I have plenty of room. It's definitely a little smaller than you would find in a home, but I have a lot of storage. I have a 12 cubic foot refrigerator, but tonight I'm going to cook a frozen whole chicken in an Instapot. So you probably don't need to watch me chop up vegetables. So I'll just tell you what I put in there. Asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, green beans, green onions, yellow bell pepper, and yellow crookneck squash. So excuse me while I get out some of my needs. Sorry about that. Oops. So I'm going to wash the bird. I'm at least going to rinse him off. Her. It. And I'm going to leave it basically intact. Otherwise I'd be breaking parts on the poor thing anyway since it's frozen. And I like to dry it, that way my spices will stick to it better. Maybe I ought to drain him too. Sorry about that. Okay, this is a little unconventional when it comes to how to store your spices, so excuse my mess. So I'm going to use a little dry mustard, and it's not a lot. You don't need a lot of anything. This is unusual. I like to use hamburger spice on a lot of different meals. It's just my way of adding a different flavor. Paprika, garlic powder. I like the herb garlic, and it's salt free. We don't use hardly any salt whatsoever. And onion powder. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the bird in. And it just lays right inside while I clean up my mess. Filtered water in. A lot of people use butter. I'm not going to use butter because I don't need that extra fat. Carry enough. So, put the lid on. I'm going to move it to a different location because I'll be needing my stove in a moment. All right. Now in setting this, I'm going to use manual, and I'm going to tell it that I want 30 minutes. Whoops, 30 minutes. So now it's set to start. It's going to take its time to heat up inside, and then once it's up to speed, it's going to cook for 30 minutes. Then I'm going to let it cool naturally. So now I'm going to start stir frying some vegetables. We used to do steamed vegetables a lot. We decided we wanted to try something a little different. One night I tried it this way and my husband said, I don't want steamed anymore, I want you to fix it this way. So I have a sister-in-law that requested the recipe for this. So for you, Tanya, I'm going to do it so you can see how it's done. Tanya, when I told you to use your spices like you would use pepper, Bob uses an inordinate amount of pepper, and I didn't think that you or I would use a lot less. So be generous with your spices. It's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to let the pan get hot, and then I'm going to cook the things that, well, this is just extra virgin olive oil. I like to use the first cold press olive oil. It just seems to be the healthier of all the olive oils. So I'm going to start with cooking whatever takes the longest to cook. I like the cauliflower tender, and I like my carrots a little more on the tender side. So I'll start with the cauliflower, work into the carrots, then go with broccoli and green beans. This is onions. They'll probably go in last, along with squash will go in last. This is asparagus and a yellow bell pepper. So, just a quick spray. This is olive oil as well, Pam. Not too much in the way of oil, maybe a tablespoon. If you find that you need more later, by all means, go ahead and use more later. And once again, getting out the spices. I'm going to use a taco seasoning that I make up at home. It has onion powder, garlic powder, it has the paprika and the mustard, the dry mustard. I still add those things to my spices while I'm cooking anyway. But this, you can get a recipe online, how to make your own taco seasoning. We don't use salt. We just do not use salt. It's bad for you. Okay. Alright, there's the cauliflower, and I'm going to throw the carrots in. Now, I'm going to start off with using the garlic powder. Tanya, this is a generous amount. Taco seasoning. Onion powder. Chili powder. Once again, the famous hamburger seasoning. It just has a little thicker spice nodules in it. Okay. Dry mustard. And one more thing that I like to put in is nutritional yeast. That's what happens when you have full cupboards. This adds a little bit of a salt flavor. It's not really salty, but it just adds enough of a salt flavor. And I like to be generous with that for Bob. He likes those flavors. It's already starting to fry a little bit, but it's going to take a while. So I let my cauliflower and carrots cook a little bit. Now I'm just putting in the green beans. And unfortunately, that's all the green beans that I have.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put broccoli in. I'm going to put the asparagus in. You've got deer right behind you. That's cool. You'll have to look out your other video. These ones are taller than that. I wonder if some of these are bugs. Or if they all wind up being about the same height. Time to put the peppers in. Stir them under. Catch the loose ones. We're also going to make a little brown rice to go with dinner tonight. So I've got 1 cup of brown rice, and in a little bit, when I put it all together, well, I might as well put it together now, right? Let's get that done. All right, 1 cup of brown rice, excuse my wine, and 1 cup of water. This looks like it's not full, but this is a cup. This would be a cup and a half. Where'd you go? This is 1 cup. This is 1.5 cups. So. Okay. Stir the rice. Put my lid on. and light my fire. Okay, I'm going to put the last of it in. Here goes the onions and a squash. Okay, there she is. I'm going to put a little more olive oil in because it seems to be a little on the dry side right now. Oops. Doesn't it look like a big mess? Okay, I'm going to check and see if the pressure's gone.
That is built in. All right, one last thing on the other news today. Frank's saying that he was resigning effective today. Came out of the blue after he said he was going to resign eventually. His statement said last time my wife was put to the hospital due to an ongoing ailment. After discussing options with my family, we came to the conclusion that the best thing for a family now would be for me to tender my previous resignation effective today. So 8 minutes later, the Associated Press had a headline that said, ex-aide, Frank's offers $5 million to kill his child.
Oh dear.
About female aides.
Okay, so it's falling apart, so I'm going to need to get spoons.
We have now seen Congress. We are dealing with the Senate race and Alabama with allegations, and this is the latest to. It doesn't seem like
Oh yes, it's definitely falling apart.
Now, of course, on yesterday, the major newspaper and another cable news channel are working on between 20 and 30 cases. The Finalizing is a double bill of members in both parties, and the total is.
Now we don't eat the skin, so if you want the skin cooked,
There's no feeding operation going on. The Trend Fangs thing is.
if you want the skin cooked, you need to throw it in an oven. But we don't eat the skin at all, we just peel it off. So that's how simple it is. The bird is done. We're good to go, dear?
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you for watching and inspired Pearl to cook this fine dinner. Now I get to eat it.
Tanya, the veggies are for you.
And me. Thanks for passing through, guys.
One of the things about living in a small space, like in the RV, you learn to share space. You learn to share chores. So while I do all the cooking, I've got a guy that just pitches in and does a real good job of dishes. Look at that. So, how's it going over there, sweetie?
It's going great.
Good, I'm staying out of the
Way
kitchen.
over. It's a good trade.
I'm staying out of the kitchen.
All right. Find your glass of wine, sit down and put your feet up. I'll be there in a little bit.
I think I shall do that.
All right.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.